Hi, this is Rob from Access. I've just had my first hands-on with the multiplayer for Battlefield 4 on PS4, and I'm lucky to be joined by Patrick Bach from DICE. Thank you very much for talking to us, Patrick. First of all, just getting the obvious out of the way, the game looks absolutely incredible on PS4. I guess you must be pretty pleased with the new Frostbite 3 engine and what it can do on the next generation consoles.
Absolutely. I think the next generation console is exactly what we need for a game like Battlefield. We're using everything we get like from the hardware, like memory, GPU, CPU, and of course Battlefield is quite a big game. When we want to give the ultimate Battlefield experience to the console players, and now we have 64 players and 60 FPS on the PlayStation 4, which to us is amazing.
I guess for the first time on a console, you can kind of really get your true vision for what Battlefield has always been about and finally give it to console gamers. That must be pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think this is exactly what the franchise have been urging for because we've been on console for some time, but if you haven't really been able to push the limits for vehicle and soldiers on the ground, but still giving a great experience, but now you can really get the sense of scale and the massiveness of the battle.
And is there anything you've been able to do, like with the DualShock 4 or the PS4 tech, per se for the game?
Well, of course, we're using a lot of the Vita play things. We're using the recording functionality. We have the spectator mode that is fits perfectly with this. Then, of course, we're using the gyros. So we have a lean functionality in the game where you use the gyro to lean, which is really cool. And then, in general, we're trying to use everything we have from a hardware perspective.
What kind of vehicles can we expect to see get a run out in Battlefield 4?
Well, we have more than 30 vehicles in the game, so we have everything, you could argue. We have everything from jets to helicopters to quad bikes, jet skis, attack boats, ribs, tanks, armored vehicles, everything.
A theme I'm seeing running through quite a lot of multiplayer shooters at the moment, going into the next generation, is customization and giving the player a chance to, tweak things for themselves. What kind of customization options are available in Battlefield 4?
It's quite deep, actually. We try to cater for all types of players, since we have a very wide range of player types and player styles. So for the infantry soldier, boots on the ground, you can customize your gun. You can have dual scopes on your gun, so you have canted sights and normal optics. You can have different silencer, different barrels on your gun. You can put camos on all your guns. You can even customize your secondary gun, your sidearm, and put scopes on those as well. You also have camos on the actual soldier. You have camos on the vehicles. You can also customize the vehicle and replace different gear and gadgets on them. And we have another cool feature, which is the emblems, which means that you can customize your own emblem and use that on your soldier, but also on your vehicle. So if you jump into a vehicle, that emblem would actually be active on that vehicle until either you crash the vehicle or someone else takes it over.
Another cool thing I noticed when I was playing is the kind of interaction with the environment that I was allowed. I know you've got the destruction obviously in there, but there were shipping crates that I was able to open and close. And is there any other cool things like that you can give us examples of?
Well, it's a huge concept of creating a dynamic world. So we call that Levolution, which is kind of taking everything into account, everything from destruction to the small things you mentioned, like opening and closing doors. You can open and close the gates. You have bollards you can bring up to stop vehicles. We also have small, really cool things like birds flying out of bushes to give away your position. Even metal detectors, so when you pass them, they will actually go off and show your whereabouts to the enemy. Car alarms goes off if you get too close to them or if you detonate something too close to a car. And then of course you have elevators going up to the skyscrapers we have in Siege of Shanghai, for instance. And then of course we have other changes that are more weather based, like the storm coming in on the Paracel storm map that you've seen here at Gamescom. So you go from very, very calm and easy to navigate sea to an extremely stormy ocean where you actually have to play around in the waves. You can hide from different enemies in the waves, and you can use it to your advantage or sometimes to your disadvantage.
Fantastic. And just finally there, when you first revealed Battlefield 4, I remember you saying how you wanted to bring kind of all these multiplayer elements and kind of inject them into single-player campaign as well. How is that working on PS4? How's the single-player campaign going to use multiplayer elements?
I think in general, for us, it's important to have the single player being something very different from the multiplayer, because Battlefield in its core is a multiplayer game, and we don't want to claim that we want to make an offline version of the multiplayer experience, because you should go online to have that experience. So the single player campaign, we're injecting, like I say, a lot of choice when it comes to weapons and also vehicles, and also finding different ways to accomplish different tasks in the game. And of course, the game will look amazing on the PlayStation 4. We have all the graphical and rendering capabilities of the Frostbite 3 engine, together with the hardware that we now are getting for the PlayStation 4.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Patrick. The game's looking amazing. If you want to see more Gamescom videos, we've got absolutely loads of them on our YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/PlayStation Access.